World War I. It's not just a date in a history book. It's an abyss of human pain, courage, and tragedy. From 1914 to 1918, the entire world descended into chaos. Europe was burning. Millions of young men went to the front, not knowing if they would ever return home. But it was France that became the heart of this war. Here, on the Western Front, the land turned into an endless field of suffering. Mud, trenches, cold, and the constant roar of artillery that never ceased, day or night. The soldiers called themselves poilus, the bearded ones. They were ordinary people, farmers, workers, teachers. They did not seek glory. They simply fulfilled their duty. They were told the war would be short. But months turned into years, and the front froze in place. Every meter of land claimed hundreds of lives. Verdun, the Somme, the Marne. These names became symbols of hell. At Verdun, the French army lost hundreds of thousands of men. They held their ground for weeks, without sleep, without food, in frozen trenches where mud mixed with blood. But they did not retreat. Their words were simple. They shall not pass, and the enemy did not pass. For the French soldiers, the war became not only a test of the body, but a test of the spirit. They wrote letters home, short, uneven, stained with earth and gunpowder. In every word there was longing, fear, and hope. Life in the trenches was stripped of everything human. The rain turned the ground into a swamp. Rats lived beside men, and the smell of death became familiar. And yet, they sang. They sang old French songs, remembered their villages, and dreamed of home, of peace. When the war finally ended, France had won. But at what cost? Millions dead, cities in ruins, lives broken forever. The French soldier who returned home was no longer the same man. He had seen what no one should ever have to see. This war changed Europe forever. It destroyed old empires, drew new borders, and left the world with a terrible warning: never again. Today, when we look at those old photographs, the faces of young men, tired, covered in mud and time, we see more than soldiers. We see people who carried the weight of an entire era on their shoulders. They fought not only for France, but for a future in which there would be no more wars. Their sacrifice reminds us, peace is not a gift. It is a fragile miracle, bought with the pain of millions. May the memory of the French soldiers live forever, in our hearts, in history, and in every photograph that comes to life, reminding us of the price of peace. Until next time, my friends, you were watching History Without Borders. See you soon.